Just when I thought I was done with Haruki Murakami, god damn it, I got pulled back in. Haruki Murakami's been my favorite author for about a decade at this point. Haruki Murakami wasn't always my favorite author, but as I was finishing up college, I was trying to get back into reading for fun, for something that would be good for my brain, and a friend of mine loaned me the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. I was a big reader when I was a kid, but I kind of fell out of it during high school and college, and when I read that book, something just clicked in me. I didn't realize that you could write something like this. It was so surreal and strange, and the plot was kind of all over the place, but in a way that was really appealing to me in my ADHD brain. I read that book for the very first time in 2016, and then again a couple years later, but it had been a long time since I had read it. However, me and my Discord for my book club chose the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle for our inaugural book club session, and I just finished it, and yeah, it's fucking amazing. It's a masterpiece. There was part of me that thought I had kind of like fallen out of love with Murakami's work, partially through time passing and being interested in other types of books, some of the sort of like social criticism that he's received, but by the time I got to the end of this, that all kind of washed away and I remembered why I like him so much as an author. I've gotten so used to reading books that have more propulsive narratives that when I was first reading this, I was like, this is kind of slow and I don't know if I'm digging it, but by the time I got to like the last 200 or so pages of this, I realized that criticism was like totally invalid. There's really propulsive stuff in this. Yes, it meanders a little bit, and yes, it's very strange, but the ending of this book is thrilling. He's able to combine all these like disparate narrative structures into a cohesive thing, and while you might not get all the answers you want, I'm fine with that because the experience is so cool. The other thing I really enjoyed about this book that I did not appreciate when I was like 23 is all of the relationship stuff going on in this book. At the time, I hadn't been in a really long-term relationship before. There's a lot of really interesting stuff in here about the relationship between the main character and his wife and the other women in his life that I found a lot more compelling and I picked up on more this time around. I'm really excited to talk about this with my book club that I started in my Discord. Shout out to you guys who signed up. And yeah, I think I'll probably do a longer video about this at some point because there's a lot I want to talk about. This was the very first Murakami book I ever read, and if you are interested in getting into Haruki Murakami, I suggest you start with this one as well. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, for my money, is his magnum opus, and if you want to see why his fan base is so cultish and devoted to him, this is a great place to start.